Oh, hello. You must be here for Out Past the Rings, Volume 7.5. Today we're going to be talking about Zampler number 2. We're going to call this 7.5 because the Zamplers don't officially have ZBR catalog numbers. There's a lot of firsts in regards to this Zampler. Number one, it's the first one that's called a Zampler. Number one is technically called the Sampler. This was the first full CD. There's 80 minutes worth of music. We filled up the entire CD for this one. This was the first of the Zamplers, and all have followed suit since. That follows the Starship Troopers theme. I asked Sergio Nevado from La Parade to do some art for this. He came up with this, so I decided to call it The Bug Is In Your Brain. All of the titles and pretty much most of the art is inspired by Starship Troopers, as I ask every artist to watch the movie before doing the art for it. So that also set the standard that I have of having a different artist. That wasn't me, because I don't know what I'm doing. I only did number one, and I haven't touched any since, except for some inside track listing and so forth, if someone didn't have time to finish, which has happened more than once. It was released on January 1st of 2014. If you haven't caught wind of it by now, the Zamplers are released every 6 months. January 1st, July 1st, January 1st, July 1st. This is, I guess, the only Zampler to not have any unreleased tracks at the time it came out. We initially had a Totem Skin song from a 7-inch that hadn't been released at that time. Another label asked us to remove the song and put an older song, and then we ended up not even releasing the 7-inch. Oops. So Totem Skin probably shouldn't be on here. Ice Hockey's track 2 Bug Catcher was that ZBR, I think 005, was supposed to be 005, but the 7-inch just never happened. That was for this. We also have an Adobe Home song that just was going to be part of a double. They had 2 LPs, and we were going to put one on each side. It was going to be a co-release with Dog Nights, and that never came about. So those 3 tracks don't really work out very well in terms of things that we actually released by those bands. But whatever. I think there were 200 copies made. Well, these are all just verbatim CDRs, and for each Zampler I always do a different CD art piece for it that generally is supposed to match the art or the theme in some way. One of the main reasons why I stopped doing so many Zamplers, besides the fact that I was just throwing them at people and a fair amount of people were just like giving them right back to me like a boomerang, was that doing these, especially with some of the more elaborate ones, takes a lot of time. And folding these is also not very fun if you're doing 300 copies, which I have done for some of the Zamplers. So I scaled them back as of number 8 to pretty much 50 to 100, but the first couple were 200 or 300. I don't think we did any 500s, but we may have, I don't know. I guess that concludes Out Past the Rings ZBR 007.5. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back with number 8 shortly.